Hey everyone, I'm Melanie from Streamlined Legal, where we help law firms get the most out of their practice management software. It's Halloween tonight, and I have something super scary to share with you. This is a situation that has happened twice that I know of personally in firms that I've worked with in the past. And I want to bring it to your attention because, again, super scary night. So let's talk about these things, get them out into the open so that we can prevent them in the future. So here's the scary tale. Law firm owner has a couple of employees, and they all have access to the practice management software, of course. And in fact, all of them are trained to take payments so that they can accept money anytime a client wants to pay. I think that's a really smart decision, by the way. Always enable your team to be able to collect payments so that no matter what the situation, we're never caught in a bind where we can't accept some type of credit card payment or something like that. So that's what had happened here. A handful of team members, they'd all been trained on payments. They all had access to make those or to collect those payments in the practice management software. And what happened was the law firm owner decided that it was time to let go of one of the employees and to fire them. And they went ahead and did that. And a couple of days later, they walked into the office and found that that employee had gone into the practice management software and actually refunded to the tune of tens of thousands of dollars money that had been collected from clients. And so this law firm owner now had to go back to their clients and ask them to pay again after having been refunded mistakenly by this disgruntled employee. And so the first question is, well, how did the employee get in there to do this if they had been fired? So I find that some of you are a bit lax in turning off access to whether it's practice management software or payment programs or anything like that that your employees have when you're firing them. And so in this particular case, it's not like she snuck in there 5 minutes after she was fired. It actually happened a couple of days later. And so this owner did have time to go ahead and disconnect her access and deactivate her license so that she wasn't able to do this. But that was the mistake that this particular owner made in not taking away that access. Now, I've also found, by the way, that this happens with some regularity in firms where people are sharing passwords or sharing credentials to log in. And the problem there, of course, there's many problems, but the one in particular tonight that we're talking about that's oh so scary is the idea that now this person still has access, right? And a lot of times the owner's like, well, I don't want to, make it so the other person can't get in. Well, okay, so our person that's staying still has access, but so does the person that's leaving. And that's where we run into a problem. So please, 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 when you are firing somebody, please do deactivate their license or at the very least change the password so that they can't get in. And ideally, do that while you're firing them. So for example, in our office, if we do have to fire someone, then we have someone other than myself that will go into our practice management software, into our billing software, into all of our critical functions, and be able to change that password immediately while I'm having the conversation with that team member, so that the minute that they walk away from that conversation, they no longer have access to those things. So of course, we want to believe that the people that are leaving our firm are leaving on good terms, whether they're fired or whether they've left for other reasons. But it's not worth the risk of that access to not change the password. So that's my horror story for tonight. That's my Halloween scary story, is that if you are not turning off that access, changing that password, deactivating that license, while you're having that conversation, then anything that happens after that conversation is a risk and can be a very large risk. So don't take that risk. Make sure you're turning off that access or someone's doing it on your behalf while you're having that conversation. Thanks so much, guys, for tuning in tonight. Hope you had a great Halloween. Hope those costumes worked out well, and I'll see you soon. Good night.